Another simple one, because of its amount of knobs and my love of it, is the Phaser pedal. Now the way this works is it works similarly to the chorus and things, and can give you similar tones, but this one is a lot swooshier. The way it works is it actually sweeps the frequency range, so your treble, your bass, your mid frequencies, things like that, and it gives it that kind of swooshing, swirling kind of sound. Similar to David Gilmour or the big one we have here. Take a guess at whose this belongs to. So, and this is the one modulation pedal where I will say it sounds better in front of drives.
Okay.
Because if you reverse the order, it tends to just make a drive or overdrive or distortion sound like a fuzz, because it just kind of combs through the sound and just, you don't hear the swoosh. So if you want that Van Halen sound, you want to put your drive after your phaser, and that's what's going to get you the swirling Van Halen tone. That is your Van Halen in a box tone right there. At higher rates, it gets more wobbly, more like a Leslie or vibrato. To me, that's instant Nazareth, instant 70s rock tone. And I love it too, because on the fly, when you have your feet available, you can also ramp it up and down with your foot. Get that alien nastiness happening. And it sounds good. It's a simple effect.
And that's Uno knob. That's not even DOS knobs.
We might flash up the original Phase 90 that I use. It's the same thing minus the script button.
It's orange.
It's orange. It's good. It looks cool, and it's a staple. So go buy one. Next, I guess flanger.
Yeah, let's do some flange. Yeah, because flange, I get phase, but when you.
God.
When it comes to the phase and then the flange, which you start hearing them together, I have trouble with these. So. And
I made that mistake a minute ago because the go-to there's two go-to songs for describing this is what flanger is. One being Barracuda by Heart.
Yes.
Which I just played with a phase pedal a second ago. They're so interchangeable sometimes. It depends on how you set them, but flange is going to simulate the sound of flanging a tape. That's where the sound comes from. It's from taking two tapes, and a lot of these are the same way, where it's two signals, one sent one way dry and one sent the other way wet, and then the effect happens, and they mix back together to create the overall sound. Flange is to simulate the old tape flanging that they would do by literally pressing their finger on a tape and then, I guess, recording two signals together, one being flange and the other one being the dry original tape. It's going to add that jet plane swoosh kind of sound. So think Jake E. Lee's sound on like Bark at the Moon. Think, Barracuda by Heart. Think a lot of the clean tones from Metallica. Or sound like chorus, but I think actually used a lot of times. It's going to be a flanger, and maybe even mixed with the old jazz chorus, because those guys like to use that amp for clean stuff. And why not use that chorus circuit as well? It's the same one built into the CE1 circuit of the CE2W. Whoa. So if you're looking for that classic chorus that Boss kind of helped invent with Roland, that's your ticket.
Very cool.
Good vibrato too. But flanger, swooshing jet plane tone. We'll get hopefully our handy expression factory that's going to cover a lot more of our tones. We'll do it. It's a great pedal if you ever find one. The flanger on here simulates the old ADA flanger, which that's like one of the most famous flangers, I guess. Analog, digital, analog, I think is ADA. I don't know if that means the same thing. But the ADA flanger, it's your jet plane swooshing tone. That's the sound. The other big example is the Unchained lick from the Van Halen. That's
so
more traditional.
Not phase, that was flange.
So if you change it back, you get more. You can make all kinds of interesting sounds depending on how you set that rate, which on this pedal is done with the treadle, so you can ramp it up, sweep it down, whatever you like. But yes, clean tones. It sounds good as a chorus. Sounds a little colder, more ominous to me than a standard chorus does. So that's flanger. If you want jet plane swoosh, that's your sound.
Yeah, it's to me. I mean, I know it could be
jet plane swoosh.
But jet plane swoosh.